Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Mezco exclusive San Diego Comic-Con, Jim Gordon, and Bat Signal. And man, are you guys not going to believe what I paid for this, so stay tuned to find out. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we are going to be taking a look at the Mezco exclusive San Diego Comic-Con, Commissioner Gordon and Bat Signal. Now, this, guys, has been a grail of mine since I found out it existed. I mean, just for the Bat Signal alone, but also just to have a Commissioner Gordon in this style, in this version, a Mezco. Come on. I mean, he doesn't put out too many regular figures, you know. He always does, like, superheroes and obviously, you know, Rumble Society and everything. But here, it's like an actual human person, and it's not another Batman, yet it's a Batman figure in that world and everything. So super excited to get this guy, especially considering what he is going for on eBay. I'll go ahead and throw a photo up right here to show you guys what he is currently going for, and also what the Bat Signal itself is currently going for. And so yeah, why don't I go ahead and tell you how much I got this for. Then I was on OfferUp looking around, as I always do and as I shouldn't be. I was searching Mezco, as I always do and I shouldn't be, when I realized there was really nothing new, no new listings, and I thought I kind of just want a Bat Signal accessory slash prop. So I was like, maybe somebody is just selling the Bat Signal alone. So I type in Batman, Bat Signal, and what pops up? The Mezco exclusive Jim Gordon and Bat Signal. And you guys are probably thinking, well, of course, you know, blah, 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 but what was the price? This guy had it listed for $180, marked down to $150. Me being me, I was like, I can definitely get a better price. So I messaged the guy and I was like, will you take $120? They messaged me back, what about $130? I told him I will be there tomorrow to pick it up, guys. Brand fucking new, out of the box, never been opened or displayed. $130 fucking dollars versus $400 to $600 on the third party market currently, guys. I could not fucking believe my luck that I had found this figure for that much. And I think the reason his listing stayed on the app for so long at that price point, because I'm sure any Mezco collector would have jumped at that $180 price, is because I think he mislisted it, because I constantly search for Mezco figures on OfferUp and it just never popped up. Other Jim Gordons have popped up, but for $400 or $500, but his just had never popped up until I typed in specifically Batman Bat Signal, and that was literally the first listing that popped up. I clicked on it not thinking it was going to be that cheap. I just thought, oh, okay, let me just see what this guy has it going for. And man, I could not fucking believe it. So yeah, guys, I was able to snag this guy for $130 fucking dollars. Man, that was probably the best deal I have ever gotten on a figure that isn't retail. So yeah, guys, if you can't tell by my voice and my excitement, I am damn excited for this figure. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and start taking a look at the actual figure itself, because it is a Mezco and it does come with so much, because everything you see here is included in this figure. The backdrop, the floor, everything. This figure comes jammed packed. I definitely see why it's going for so much, because it does come with a lot of great stuff. But I am still glad that I got it for the price that I did. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at all the stuff that is not currently right here in front of us, and starting off with the alternate head sculpt. So you do get two head sculpts with this Gordon. Unfortunately, it is the head and neck combo type of head sculpt. Not my favorite, but it's Gordon. You don't need to put him in too many crazy action poses. Speaking about that, he is on the old Joker body, so be aware of that. So yeah, but it works for Gordon, because like I said, he's not a very agile ninja-esque kind of figure character. You know, he's a very, you know, he's a real cop, so he's not going to be getting into some crazy shit in terms of like, you know, like crazy ninja kicks and all this stuff, you know, gunfights, yeah, but, and he can obviously hold a gun, as you can see, and his radio, so we'll go ahead and take a look at all that. But like I said, he does come with a second head sculpt right here in the form of Old Man Gordon. So when we pull this guy forward to take a closer look, I will put this head sculpt side by side so that way we can see the differences. But the main differences being that this head sculpt has a lot more gray in the hair, whereas this one doesn't, and in the mustache as well on this one. So you can have two variations of Gordon. You can either have, you know, sergeant slash lieutenant, or just hired as Commissioner Gordon, or you can have an old man veteran Gordon that's tired of all the shit in Gotham that he's seen and just wants it all to end, and at this point probably just wishes Batman would just kill the Joker. But yeah, that's really cool that they gave us both of those, so that way you can have either one. You do get a total of 4 extra hands with this figure, so in package he does come packaged in with, of course, fisted hands, which every action figure should come with. McFarlane Black Series. But anyways, I digress. He does also come with a hand to hold his radio and a right-handed trigger finger hand. He does also come with a badge holding hand right here for his right hand, as well as a left-handed relaxed hand as well. So that is it in terms of hands. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other little stuff that he does come with. So he does come with a bunch of accessories that he does have on him currently, but those will be the last things that we do take a look at, since we're going to go ahead and pull him forward. But he does come with a tiny little watch right here. As you can see, I forgot to put it on him, but I figured this is better to, you know, show you guys anyways, because I can pull it forward. Sorry, lost focus, but I know it's kind of hard to see, but if you really look hard, it actually has a time painted on there. I'm not going to look. It probably says 112. That's what all the other ones say, so I'm assuming it says 112 for, you know, 112 Collective. You do also get a bullet effect, a single bullet effect, which we get with most Mezco figures, and if you have a few of these, you know you have a few other options. So yeah, those will all plug into the handgun. And next up, let's go ahead and take a look at another option that kind of gives you more options, whether you want to make him, you know, a lieutenant or a sergeant, or even a Commissioner Gordon that's very hands-on and stuff, because you do get a bulletproof tactical vest with GCPD on the back. This is super cool. You could even just throw this onto another figure and throw him in the background to make it look like it's a cop on the scene. I saw that on another pic, so that's why I said that. I don't remember who did that, but if I did, I would give them credit. These pockets do not open, unlike most Mezco tactical vests that do open and whatnot. And I just got another tactical vest with the advent calendar, so I could probably throw that on another figure and have 2 people in the background looking like cops and whatnot. So that should be really cool. So that thing is awesome. You can, like I said, you can throw that on him. And the last accessory that we're going to take a look at that isn't currently on him or being held is his trench coat. So the wires are in the band that you tie together, not the actual trench coat itself, but if you fold it out, it will hold its shape because it has this nice crease right here. I'm not going to put either of these things on him because all you have to do is pop the hands out for the trench coat and then put his hands back, throw it on. But for the pictures, I will take a few pics with him, you know, wearing this stuff. And he can't put the vest and the trench coat on at the same time. You will see that in the pics. So that is pretty fucking cool because usually it's one or the other with stuff like that. But this time you can do whatever you want. So next up, he does come with, of course, the Mezcal Stand. And this one says GCPD on it. And of course, with the Mezcal Stand, you also do get the flight stand right here. Oh, one last thing you do also get, of course, your accessory baggie right there. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at all the stuff that we do see in front of us, because like I said, he comes with everything that you see here. So let's go ahead and pull Jim forward so we can start pulling stuff off of him. So let's go ahead and take his firearm. So here is the firearm that he does come with. It is able to slide back, however there is no magazine release, but that is still pretty cool. So it does slide back, you slide it forward, and it is a very nicely molded gun, all done in black and everything, no real other paint colors or anything, but it works. He does also get a holster for said gun right here, and this belt, he actually comes in box with nothing on it, so you do get a hole right here, and right here to plug all these things in. So they all do have plugs. You do also get his badge right there, which he can plug into the front of his belt, as well as the walkie-talkie right here, which is very nicely done in my opinion. And the really cool thing about it is it has a magnet so that it can just clip on right there as if he has it clipped onto him. So that way he has access to radio chatter and communication and all that jazz. So yeah, guys, that is it in terms of accessories for Jim Gordon. But we still have a whole rooftop diorama right here. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the piece de resistance, and that is, of course, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bat signal. And man, is it immaculate. I absolutely love this thing. It is sculpted and detailed so beautifully. So it does move up and down. It will go all the way up if you wanted to, and it will face forward all the way. It does rotate on the base, but it is connected by these wires, much like it would be to a socket. So it can only go so far that way and so far this way. Thankfully, the signal itself actually stops you. You can't rotate it any further, so you can't pull those out or damage it, thankfully. So on the bottom of the base, you do get the on and off switch. And as you see, it is on, but there's no light. Well, this is where Mezco fucking just outdoes everybody. So right here, we do see some paneling like you would see on the edge of a light like this. And we see a lever right here. What do you think we have to do with this? We have to flip it up to turn it on. And now the light is on. And the cool thing is, it's not just, you know, projecting light and stuff. It actually does project the bat signal. So let me go ahead and turn off my lights. It actually does project the bat symbol. And this thing is awesome because the further you pull it back, the bigger it gets. I mean, look at that. Look how giant the bat symbol gets. Like, it's just amazing. This thing is awesome. So like I said, it is super bright and super awesome. So I cannot wait to start utilizing this stuff for toy photography. So why don't I go ahead and turn on the lights and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so now we're back with just the diorama itself, so that way we can take a look at it before we go ahead and start taking a look at the articulation in Gordon. So you do get a few diorama pieces here. As you can see, you get this nice Gotham City backdrop right here with all the buildings. You do also get these two foldable things that fold into what would essentially be like the ends of a rooftop, so that way, you know, it kind of adds some depth and perception and 3D detailing to the diorama itself. You do also get this nice floor piece, which looks like the top of a roof or some concrete on a floor in any kind of place that's kind of industrial or kind of just commercial and whatnot. So yeah, you do get all of this included in this set, guys. So I guess that's why it's going for so much, because it is a very fucking badass kick-ass set, especially with that bat signal. Man, I still can't get over that bat signal and the fact that I have one now. That thing is so badass. I really wish I could say go out and get one if you can, but you saw the price that it's going for. So I'm not going to say anything. If you can get your hands on one of these for a decent price, I definitely would suggest you do. But I think I found one of those lucky 1 in a million kind of deals with this figure. Hopefully though, you can find one as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on into articulation with this guy. He will look all the way to the right, all the way to the left. Despite being a head and neck combo, he will look down pretty decently, and he basically just looks right back at you. Taking a closer look at his head sculpt, it's kind of hard to see his eyes behind the glasses. I feel like the glasses sit just a little too low on his face, because you have to move his head up for you to see his eyes, because right here, he's looking straight at you and you can barely see his eyes behind those rims. So since we're taking a closer look at this head sculpt right now, why don't I go ahead and pull the second one and we can take a nice closer look. So as you can see, let me try to move it out of the light. Turn it this way. You can see the different colorings. This one has more of a gray in it than this one. Even the mustache and even the wrinkles in the face. You can tell that this is a more older, weathered veteran Gordon right here. So yeah, you definitely have some options with this figure. Super cool. So taking a look at his arm articulation, he will go out to a T-pose. Like I said, he is on that old Joker body, so be aware of that. His arms will go up that far. Once again, with cloth figures, you have to be super careful. His arm will go back that far. He does come with a single hinge elbow, no bicep swivel, rotation at the elbow right there, rotation at the wrist, hinging up, down, in and out, whichever way that ball peg is facing, rotation at the upper torso right there, no real ab crunch down or back, unfortunately. He does kick out that far because of the pants and the stitching. Once again, be very careful not to tear this. He will kick forward that far, kick back that far. He does come with, let's see, double hinge knees, which allow him to go back that far, and his pants will allow it. His socks actually aren't non-existent, so he doesn't have socks. I thought he had socks. I could have sworn D Amazing said he had socks when I saw his review, but I guess he was wrong, or mine didn't come with socks. One of the two. But anyways, guys, his ankles will go down that far, which is not much. They'll go up that far, which isn't much either. But you do get a very generous ball rocker hinge joint for a Mezco figure. So yeah, guys, like I said, Grail acquired. I could not be happier. Although I have to admit, this is probably the one and only figure that I've opened that while I was opening it, knowing its price, I was like, am I fucking stupid for opening this and not listing it for $400 or $500 since it's brand fucking new? But honestly, fuck that shit. I want this figure in my collection. I want this fucking bat signal in my collection. I want this Gordon in my collection. And I couldn't be happier to get it. So what do you guys think of this figure? What would you rate it out of 10? Would you pick this up if you found a great deal on it? Did you pick this up when it was going for retail from Mezco? Let me know down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you hope that we're going to get a Jeffrey Wright Commissioner Gordon from Mezco? Now that we are getting a Robert Pattinson Batman, I think we need a Jeffrey Wright Gordon. But we'll have to wait and see. With that being said, guys, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. Join me every Wednesday over on Instagram at CoolFigurez for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool badass pics that I took of Gordon and the Bat Signal. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, come back tomorrow, same bat channel, same bat time, and have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jess the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VRare Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. VRare Store, check them out, guys.